Hello, welcome to another video from the Costa Car Trader. It's been almost 1 year now since I purchased my little Porsche Boxster S, and I want to share with you guys what it's been like owning this little roadster. My little Boxster S is the 986 model with the more powerful 3.2 engine, and it's actually proved to be even better than I was expecting. So this is where the 3.2 engine is hidden on these boxes, right in the middle. Not the easiest thing to get to, but as you can see, it is accessible. So how much have I spent on this car in the last 12 months? To be honest with you, not a lot. I put it through an ITV, which is the Spanish equivalent of an MOT, and it went through no problems whatsoever, no faults. I did put an aftermarket air intake, which is a pipe across one, and it's supposed to be a lifetime. That cost me, I think, around about 10 euros if I recall. And apart from cleaning a few things here and there, the only thing this car has cost me so far is just for fuel. What a lovely day for the drive. The sound of that engine is addictive. You just want to put your foot down and listen to the roar, and it's like a drug. It's crazy. It's hard to describe it, but the sound of the engine, it's just awesome. Why would anybody want to get an electric car? You know, you take that away, and then that's part of the fun of a car, isn't it? What would I change on the car? Well, you know, there are a few little scratches here and there. The car's 20 years old, isn't it? So it's to be expected. Maybe I'd give it another respray. Wouldn't change the colour, would keep the original colour, but just give it a respray and make it look nicer. That's one option. But then, you know, these cars kind of hold their value better if it's the original paint. So that's something I'm toying with. The front bumper as well, you know, it's an original Boxster one. It would look nice with maybe the 911 GT3 bumper on the front instead. It would look sportier. What else would I change? The radio, perhaps. It's a cassette player. You know, the car's old. I don't have any cassettes anymore, so that's pretty much useless. I would change it. Maybe upgrade it to like one with a pen drive, perhaps. It's easily enough done. But this stereo, it's a Porsche one with both speakers, so it is a really good stereo. And when you've got the roof down, I don't really listen to music that much. You know, maybe put the radio on and that's it. So that's probably another thing I would like to change on the car, is the radio. Apart from that, there's nothing else. Love the car. This car as a daily driver. It is so easy to drive, especially with the Tiptonic gearbox. You just put into drive and that's it. It knows exactly when to change gear. You have manual override on the steering wheel, so if you want to take over control of the gears, you can, but I tend to just let it choose whatever gear it wants to be in, because it does a pretty good job of it. But I try not to use it as a daily driver, because, you know, this is a special car, and if you use it all the time, go everywhere, do this, do that, you get used to it, and then it no longer has that kind of special feeling when you drive it. So I tend to drive my other cars more, and then I use this one for special occasions, go to car shows, go for a nice drive on the weekend somewhere, you know, go along the coast on a Sunday. So I could use it every single day as a daily driver, but I choose not to. I don't use it for long distance. I have a family at the end of the day, so whenever we go anywhere that requires long distance traveling, I take my 7-seater Chrysler. That's perfect, you know, you chuck the 2 kids in the back, plenty of room for luggage. Can't quite do that with this. So the Boxster I tend to use more for leisurely weekend drives along the coast when the sun's shining. And as I'm living in Spain, I probably have the roof down about 90% of the time when I drive this car. It's just sunny here all the time. It very rarely rains, and it's just perfect. Boom, drop the roof, off you go. In fact, it kind of feels strange now when I put the roof up. It feels a bit claustrophobic. This Porsche's mid-engined, so you've got a boot at the front and you've got a boot at the back, and I've never found it to be lacking of space. You know, I pop to the supermarket sometimes, everything I buy fits in the car. No complaints about luggage space. I took an Opel for a drive the other day, which you may have watched in the previous video, and the engine's in the front, and when you put the roof down, that fills the boot, so there's just like no luggage space on that whatsoever. So this thing gets 5 stars for luggage space. It's even better than the 911 because the 911 engine's in the back, but no, this one's got a boot. Now, I was originally thinking of changing the headlights as well, because they got the amber indicators, which I don't really like. But then when you see the prices of new headlights, it's like almost 1,000, 2,000 new lights. You know, I only paid 10 grand for the car. Is it really worth spending 2 grand on flashier headlights on a car that's like 10 grand? Not really, is it? It's not going to add value to the car. It's not going to, if I come to sell it, I ain't going to get much more for it than what I paid for it. So even though I wanted to do that, I don't think I will be doing it. Today is an absolute scorcher. Oh my god, I'm boiling hot. You know, it's got clear skies. I can't even find one single cloud in the sky. It is perfectly blue. Temperature in the car is saying it's 33.5 degrees, but it feels a lot hotter than that. It feels like about 37 degrees. So I do apologise if I'm looking a bit sweaty. I can't help it. It's just so damn hot today. So a few years ago, Spain hit the crisis. Well, I think most of the world hit the crisis. And a lot of developing areas were abandoned, just like this one here. This was supposed to be a housing area, and they built a few apartments, a few houses, and then that was it. So take a look at this here. It's an enormous roundabout. It's got 4 lanes, and it's abandoned. Nobody uses it. It's just sitting here doing nothing. It's really sad, but then it also means it's a bit of a playground for people like me. Oh, I so wish I knew how to drift. Oh my god, imagine how much fun I could have on this roundabout if I could drift. I think I'm gonna have to find someone. After fooling around for a bit, it was time for something a little bit more serious. So check these 2 cars out. On this side here is my Porsche Boxster S, which has a 3.2 engine. It produces around 250 horsepower, and it can do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 6.1 seconds. On the other side is an 84 911 Carrera. This car also has a 3.2 engine, 5-speed manual, and it produces around about 230 horsepower, and this car can do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in also 6.1 seconds. So which of these 2 cars do you think would win in a drag race? Let's find out. So here we go, head to head, my Boxster against as that old 911. He's got a manual, I got an automatic. I think he's going to have the edge. He should have the edge. I think he's going to win this. Here we go. Unfortunately, my Boxster was just no match for the legendary 911. So there we have it. That's all we have time for in this video. I hope you liked it. You know, if you did, then why not subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.